Good morning everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Suzanne from Baby Bunting's Nursery, and I'm showing you two babies who you're very familiar with by now, Pippa and Jonty. And these outfits that I've dressed them in are actually, even though they're simple and vintage, they are amongst my favourite things to dress them in. Suzanne from Suzanne's Baby sent them to me in a Happy Mail parcel, and I love them so much. They're little mother care nighties. Very simple, just plain little things, and I love to see the babies dressed in these. So I thought I would come on and just show you again. You've seen them before. And look at Mr. Jellycat. Look how he's tucked in there. He's tucked right in between the two of them, and they're fast asleep, just completely unaware of everything that's going on. But I just thought I'd show you these gorgeous little nighties again. It's today it's going to be a bit cooler. It's lovely. It's 23 degrees, which is just lovely. Sunday morning. I don't know if I said that already. It's Sunday morning, and it's early. I thought I'd try and get an early start to my video making, because I want to get this uploaded, and I also am determined to sit down and answer my comments on my past videos. I've just been really busy and haven't had a chance to do anything I should have been doing. It's very difficult and frustrating sometimes, isn't it? But anyway, so here are my little darlings in these gorgeous nighties. Let me just describe them to you. Pippa's, well, they're both made out of what sort of material would you call this? It's got a very I don't know what to say. It's thick, and it's a little bit, well, fluffy's not the right word, because they're not fluffy, but they're textured. Oh, that's not even the right word. It's not a fabric you see anymore. They're cotton. Anyway, I can't think of how to describe it. It's a little bit thick and a bit cozy, and they're very simple designs with a little bodice on each, and Pippa's has got a bodice with some flowers embroidered on in blue, pale blue and pale pink, and some beautiful little green leaves. They have a bit of lace and edging around the sleeves, not so much lace as a beautiful edging stitch done by machine, and they just tie at the back of the neck, so they're open, a bit of an opening, no buttons or poppers, just ribbon ties. So that's Pippa's with the flowers on, and Jonty's is exactly the same, but it has a little grey bunny, or is he blue? No, I think he's a pale blue bunny with embroidered on the front, and he's sitting on some green grass, and there's some little pink embroidered flowers around him. So that's my babies in their beautiful nighties. So I love them, and I love how the babies look in them. It's really how we used to dress our babies a long, long time ago. Before there were all-in-one suits or body suits, there was really only nighties, singlets and nappies, and of course plastic pants, pilchers they used to wear over their cloth nappies, so everything didn't get wet. And what else? And just things that basically needed ironing, really. There wasn't stretch fabric in baby clothes. And oh, sorry, I think I just bumped you big time then. Sorry about that. Yes, so I love these little nighties on them, and I've just kind of lifted them up because I like to see their feet. But the full length of the nighties, let me pull Jonty's down so you can see, is very long and cozy for them. But I like just to see the little feet. There we go. Put him back like that. Now, I've got a couple of things I would like to show you as well as Pippa and Jonty today. And they're following some requests I've had. This first one is a little girl, a little doll, and her name is Patch. And she's, let me see if I can get her right. Let me turn the, see if I can get, oh no, it's come apart. Okay, I'll just hang on to her. Her name is Patch, and she is Cindy's little sister. There, can you see her there? Cindy's little sister, and this is how she came originally. This is her special patch outfit with the headscarf. And they're not real dungarees. It's just a one-piece outfit made to look like dungarees with the little red and white checked blouse underneath, the denim dungarees with a red and white checked patch on her knee. And she's got her original shoes, so that's the outfit she came in originally, with her red and white checks headscarf. She's got let me bring her a bit closer, little freckles on her face and lovely dark hair. She's a real cutie pie. She's got side glancing eyes and a very sweet face. Her vinyl is nice, soft, and she's just a sweet little doll. Excuse me. I've got a couple of these. She's the only one that I've got in her original outfit. The other one has, I think it's a schoolgirl outfit. It's a little skirt, and she's got a kitten that's playing with a ball of wool. But this one I wanted to show you because this is how they came. I'm not showing you very well, am I? This is how they came originally. So that's my patch. That's Cindy's little sister. And now let me so she's English. Oh, I did it again. I'm squashed into a little tiny area, and that's why I keep bumping the tripod. I'm sorry. Now this other doll is not what any of you, or many of you, are expecting. I have been in contact with I'm watching videos of a YouTuber, or a couple of YouTubers in Germany. Now let me see how I can show you this girl, because she's actually quite big. Now you can only see her legs. That's not very exciting. Let me just see. I didn't plan this very well, did I? I'll hold her sideways so you can see her. Some of you may know what this doll is. She's a Cater Cruiser doll, and she's a big girl. I think I haven't measured her, and I've forgotten what her exact measurements are. There are her shoes. I think she's more than 12 inches. She's probably, I should have measured her. I'm sorry everybody. She might be, let me just have a good look at her. She might be something like 18 inches or 17 inches. Let me just hold her sideways again so you can see her face. This is frustrating, isn't it? There we are. But because I've got the camera set so close, I wonder if I could show her like lying on top of the babies. No, that doesn't work either. What about if I bend her legs a bit? Maybe she could sit up. You can see her a bit now. Maybe turn her head a little bit. Sorry about this. All this planning should happen beforehand so you don't have to put up with this nonsense. There we are. Now you can see her a bit. There she is. Now, let me just tell you a bit about her. These types of dolls are one of my most favourite in the whole world, and there's a lot of story that goes behind them. When I was a little girl, my mum used to tell me about these dolls. I had never seen one, of course. But she used to tell me about these dolls that she had when she was growing up in Hungary. And she said they were very special dolls, very beautiful, that she used to wash their hair, which I can't quite imagine doing that. But she did, and the hair is actually human hair, and it's a applied wig, but it's very beautifully made. It's not made like wigs are made now. It's a stunning thing. And she's all cloth, so her whole body, let me just show you the legs and things, it's all cloth. Her head is actually cloth as well. It's called a mask face doll. It's cloth. It's got a seam down the middle of the back of the head, and then it's painted over, and that's what gives it this finish. It's a hard finish. This doll comes from, well, she's probably comes from I'd say maybe the 1940s. So she's definitely before the war. She's not one of the post-war ones that were made in what they called West Germany at the time. And she has a very serious face, which is what I love. I love dolls that are contemplative because they remind me of a beautiful photo I have of my mum when she was a little girl, and also of what I was like in photos as a little child. Quite a serious a bit like now really, serious sort of outlook. But the story behind these dolls is just a wonderful one. They were made by a woman called Kate Kreuzer, which is like Kathy, but it's the German version, and German version of the name. And she had 7 children, and her little girls wanted to play with something. Like when Kate had her babies, her little girls wanted to have a baby to play with. And in those times, so the late, it would have been the very late 1800s, early 1900s, there weren't baby dolls around. There were, those dolls that were really for looking at and more for adults really than children. And so Kate had decided to make a doll that her children could play with. So she started with a potato, and she used a burnt match to mark the eyes and the mouth, and she wrapped the potato in a tea towel. And her little girls loved that potato and played with it as if it was a baby, which of course they would if there wasn't anything else around. And even if there was, that's a fun thing to do, isn't it? But what she decided to do was she started to hand make these dolls. And she became well known very, very quickly. She took some of the dolls that she'd made to the New York Toy Fair in the early 1900s and started to get lots and lots of orders. And it sort of took off from there, and her dolls have always been very beautiful, and I have many of them, and I absolutely love them. This little one, let me just tell you about her outfit. She's dressed in in new clothes, because very often the clothes are in very bad nick, but this is a new outfit, but it's designed on an old outfit. It's a romper, which I just love rompers. I'll just straighten her legs a bit. It's a little romper made of beautiful fabric, has a little belt that goes around the top of underneath the bodice, and then she's got a little puff sleeve, Peter Pan collar blouse underneath, and that blouse is actually separate, so this is 2 pieces. Let me see if I can turn her around and just show you the back of her. There's the back of her with her hair and the back of her romper. She's got seams down the middle of the back of her legs and seams behind her knees to give her knees a bit of shape. Wherever the seams are is very significant, because that changed over time, and it depends on where the seams are. So the age of the doll, that's how you can age them. She's got little hands. Let me show you her little hands. They're a little bit worn, but they're in very good condition considering. She's fairly clean and in good nick. She's got a separate thumb, but it's not separately applied. You can see there's a seam that goes around the hand. There's lots of different versions of the thumb. The very original one is called the frog hand. I'm not sure how you pronounce that in the German, but it's a hand that's almost like a mitt. And I saw a very beautiful example when I was in Germany, and I didn't buy it because it was very expensive, but it's kind of the one thing that got away from me. So they were the earliest ones with the frog hands, and then gradually the thumbs changed and became more separate. They got applied completely separately. This one's still sort of a transition one, and she has seams around her elbows, and she has one straight arm. They always have one straight arm and one bent arm. Let me see if I can just show you. This is the bent arm. Very cleverly done, beautifully sewn. So that's my gorgeous girl, one example of a Kate Kreuzer doll. I love her very much, and she sits on top of the piano, and she sits with a beautiful little Steiff. I think he's probably antique bear because he's very old, and they sit together and look out on my living room. So there she is. So I hope I haven't gone on too much for you, because I know this is a Reborn channel, but I am a doll collector as well as a Reborn doll maker and collector, and so I have quite a large collection in my doll room, and I hope it's okay if I show you from time to time these dolls. I did have people ask me about Patch and my Catacruiser dolls, so that's why I'm showing those too. Alright, my lovely friends, I better let you go. I know that I can go on, and I don't want to go on and on. I don't want to bore you. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you all, I suppose you're all asleep now, seeing as you're on the other side of the world, but I hope when you wake up and see this video that you're all well and happy and everything's good in your world. So thank you very much for coming, and remember to take care and be kind to each other. Bye everyone. Love you. Bye.